Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Felicity here, and I know that I haven't uploaded any videos for a long while, and the reason is because I was very busy working, and and the second reason is that I have strong faith that the higher power, the divine, will guide you to your own path without any guidance from me or from getting any readings. So yes, it's a big change for me at this stage of my life. Yeah, right now, because for the past 8 or 9 years, I had been focusing on my spirituality, and I was just chilling at my workplace. Like I hide I hide my qualification. I hid my qualification and my education, and just got a job, just to chill. But right now, things change, and I put a lot of effort and focus on my work, and I really like it because it feels great to know that you are able to generate resources and kind of like generate enough resources for both you and your family. So it's quite a good feeling. And also my job involves a lot of talking, so when I get back home from work, I just would like to keep quiet, to be silent at home. So that's why I haven't made any videos for a while. And yes, and also it's kind of like a social responsibility as well, because my job involves some kind of humanity work, you can say. And also, yes, so I embrace this kind of change. So I hope that you, as a viewers, understand. And I will find time. I'm not giving up this channel. I will still find time to do readings or to share my insights with you if there are anything special that I need to share. So right now I'm going to do a reading for you. Instead of doing a predictive reading, I would like to focus on healing, giving a reading focusing on healing. So yes, as you know, that it's about childhood. This reading is about healing from your childhood issue or healing from your childhood trauma. And now let's begin, shall we? So pick one cupcakes. You can see there are 3 cupcakes here. Okay. So this one is cupcake number 1. And this is cupcake number 2. And this one is cupcake number 3. Alright, so make up your mind. You can pause and meditate on it. And now I will start with cupcake number 1. I'll put it here. Cupcake number 1. Alright. So the deck I'm going to use is this one. Legoleta Chegoli Tarot, and also this one. Chegoli Oracle card. Alright, so let's begin. Let's look at the childhood trauma or issues that the viewers who pick pile number 1 need to heal from. Let's look at the things, the issues, the trauma that pile number 1, group number 1, need to heal from the childhood. Let's ask the guidance from the divine, from the universe. To give guidance on those who have picked number 1. Healing from their childhood trauma or childhood issue. Okay, I'll pick 3 cards. This is card number 1. This is card number 2. And then this is card number 3. Okay. Okay, yes, a lot of emotions, as you can see that here we have two cup here, alright? So the second one is 10 of Cups, and the third card is the King of Cups. Let me see. I feel like there may be some kind of self-suffocation, self-destruction going on, especially concerns about emotions. I feel like the heart chakra of yours is not open, or when it's open, when you are about to open your heart chakra, you are about to open your heart to others, you still, because of there's some kind of insecurity, you still have doubts, and then you persuade yourself to suffocate your own relationships with others. And there's an issue of trust as well, because you do not trust your intuition, and you're always putting yourself in the dark, I feel. And you have 2 mindsets, like a twin sharing the one body. Like you may have 2 contradictory mindset, like 2 very opposing opinions inside of your head, and it's going to like a split. I'm not talking about the split personality, although it can indicate split personality, but it seems like it's not about split personality. Okay, I move closer for you to look at the cards. And I feel that it's about the 2 mindsets. You know, you have a positive mindset and then the negative mindset. Both of your mindsets are equally strong, and sometimes the positive mindset comes out and talk to you, and then quickly it's replaced by the negative mindset. So these 2 mindsets are struggling, and sometimes it is really, really good, and then when it is good and you feel really good, and then when it's bad, then your emotions kind of like a current turbulent emotion within you. That is created by this negative mindset, or by the demons inside of your mind. So maybe in your childhood there may be some kind of struggles, like involving the siblings. I feel like there may be some kind of sibling rivalry. Maybe you feel like you are the one who is being neglected, and so if you have a twin brother or twin sister, that can indicate you are the direct you two are directly rival each other to gain attention, to gain support, to gain praise, to gain approval from your parents. And so you tend to look at how your parents or how the adults respond to to your rival, to your sibling, or respond to you, how different they respond to you, and how different they respond to your sibling. And then you will compare with this kind of gesture. You will compare your parents with the adults gesture, and compare how different the difference between you, the difference between how they respond to you and how they respond to your siblings or the other children. And you compare because of comparison, and you adapt to you try to adapt to your rivals, because you think that your rival always receives a better treatment, or a better gesture, or the better emotional support from your parents or from the adults. And that's why you have this kind of struggle. Sometimes you're leaning towards this side, and sometimes you're leaning towards that side. So when you grow up and then you become an adult, and this kind of gesture, this kind of mindset and pattern still stay within you and create some kind of turbulence within you, because you are not sure which one to trust, because you have two separated mindset that lives within you because of this learned behavior from your childhood. And so you sometimes the positive side will push you forward and trying to take control, and then help you to move forward, to trust the people that you are with, to trust the people that surround you, and then you will feel really great. But then, because of these turbulent emotions that is within you, and you pull away, you withdraw, you pull away from the people that care about you. And by pulling away, you feel like you gain the control, because they need to, beg you to stay, or they need to do something in order to keep you. So you like this feeling. You like the feeling of being in control. You like the feeling that others to show that they need you. So you keep proving yourself, like you have this kind of destructive behavior. This kind of destructive behavior is like, you can see that it's pulling away from the people who care about you, from the people who want to be close to you emotionally. So you create this kind of turbulent emotions. Are you sure that you want to pull away from the people that care about you? I feel like you certainly you do not want to pull away for real. You're doing it just because you would like to take control of the situation, to take control of your relationship by pulling away. And then the other person will chase you, and the other person will do what you ask them to do, or the other person will do something that show you that they need you. So you like to have the feeling that you are being needed. You like the feeling that you are needed. But then it's like you are seeking something that is outside of you in order to feel secure. Alright, so you need to work on your emotion, to stop asking for the approval of others, especially when it comes to intimate relationship, when it comes to emotional bonding with others. Alright, so the card asks you to take control, to be the King of Cups. To take control means to take control of your own emotions, not to seek the control outside of yourself. Alright? And actually, when things are going forward and moving forward, and you tend to, it's again control, like, you control the elephant to move towards the past. Also, it's about the past, that it's your demon. The demon is from your past. And I feel like you are turning away from some kind of emotional bonding, and you push yourself towards the dark. Like you can see the dark, and then there's some kind of talking, both, the separate mind talking to each other. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and then it's it's like a never-ending thing for you, because no matter who you are with, you tend to have this kind of pattern. You sabotage your own relationship, because you are driving yourself. You are driving yourself towards the dark always. So you need to work on what you need. Okay, first you ask yourself what you need in an intimate, emotionally bonded relationship. Ask yourself what you need, and then also look at your past relationship. Okay, from your past relationship, you know what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and you know that. Okay, underline, okay, highlight all the things that didn't work for you in a relationship, and also look at, okay, what are the common things that work in all of your relationship. Okay, so you look at all the things that work in a relationship. You look for those quality in a person that you wish to be with, and you need to find a person that can have a good partnership with you, that work together. All right, but first you need to build the trust. And it's also about trusting yourself. Ask yourself what you need and stick to that, and also not to be swayed away, left or right, okay. Also not to follow the norm. Sometimes there are some kind of norms, or there are some kind of friends or families will give you opinions, but then you need to look at those opinions, and kind of like sort it out. You need to sort out. Not all opinions are good for you. You do not need all those opinions. You do not need to listen to all those opinions, because you yourself need to create some kind of path, some kind of method that work for you in a relationship. And also not to compare with your siblings. Maybe your siblings had a certain kind of partnership that you may want to have, because that gain approval from the parents, that gain approval from society. Maybe when your siblings or your friends or the people around you, the people close to you, have a relationship and they got praise about it, and then you want to get praise about the relationship that you have, but then the card asks you not to sacrifice your own happiness just to get the praise, just to get approval. All right. Yes, that is the issue that you need to work on. Let's see what else, what kind of advice that the card would give you. Okay, advice. Yes, again, it's about conflicts. You may worry about losing, like not gaining the upper hand in a partnership. it's, you know, maybe you are the black or white kind of person, like, okay, right is right, wrong is wrong, there's nothing in the middle. Maybe you are this kind of person, but the card asks you not to be so like, not be too so stubborn about, okay, left is left, right is right, because sometimes you need to be in the middle ground. The reason why is that sometimes long lasting love require the middle ground, like we require some kind of like very neutral, very it's not about all, it's not all about passion. Maybe you look for passion in a relationship. Maybe you judge a person too quickly. You judge a person too quickly. You didn't you haven't given a chance to observe long term for a person, and you say that, okay, this is not the right person for you, and you write off a person too quickly, almost like you make a quick judgment, and then you just stop contacting them, you stop dating them, you stop giving them a second chance. All right, so the card asks you to observe, to give yourself, to give other person some time in order to digest what happened, and yeah, it takes a little bit of time, not to give a quick judgment. Also, it's about long lasting love. It's not just about passion, it's also about staying in the middle ground, a little bit of passion, a little bit of reasoning, like you cannot be 100% irrational. You need to have a certain rations, rational. I think it's like a sensibility, all right? Not to lose your senses and not to lose your sensibility, I think. It's not about winning or losing, especially for you. Maybe you would like to win, like you may want to win an argument. Maybe you always want to have a control. You always want to have a say in certain things and how things go and where to go and what to do. And sometimes when you reflect on the things that you have done in a relationship, if it is if if it is your own wrongdoing, then you need to say sorry to your partner, all right? And yeah, it sometimes it's not worthy to win an argument just to lose someone that you care about, all right? Yes. And also you worry about other person who is the one who end the relationship, so you end it first. You have this kind of tendency, like in a relationship, when things are going smoothly and quickly, and you tend to stop stop dating. You tend to do something that sabotage your relationship. You tend to end the relationship early, like you tend to end the relationship first. You are the first one to end the relationship because you worry about you are losing control emotionally, and you are worried about losing control of the situation. And so you worry about being dumped. You are worrying about the one who are being dumped, and so you are the one who make the first move to break up with the other person. That's how you suffocate your own relationship. And because in the past relationship you see yourself as a failure. Maybe in the past relationship there are a few people, there were a few people that broke up with you, that say to stop dating, you know maybe you were the one who were being dumped in the past. So now you do not have faith, you do not trust yourself, you do not trust the people that you are with, and so you always make the first move to break up with the other person in order to avoid the history being repeated again of being dumped. All right, so this is the issue here, this is the issue. I hope that you can heal from it. Now that you understand your issue, you really need to talk to yourself, maybe talk to your partner openly about your fear of being dumped and your fear of seeing yourself as a failure in your past relationship. All right, I hope that you can heal from it. All right, so thank you for watching, and now let's look at deck number 2, pile number 2. I will shuffle the card. All right, I will change the cupcake. So I think this one is the second one. All right, I hope that I haven't mixed it up. Yes, I think this one is the second group. All right, now let's see what is the family or childhood issue that the people who have chosen group number 2 need to work on. The childhood issue. Let's ask the universe, the divine, to give guidance to those of you who have chosen pile number 2, group number 2, to give guidance for them to heal from the childhood issue, from the childhood trauma. Card number 1. Card number 2 and card number 3. Okay, at once I can see that it's about your own self-value. Your own self-value. Do you value yourself, or do you ask to seek value from outside? Alright, I can see that maybe in your teenage year, maybe there were popular kids in your school, and they were like the queen bee here. I can see some kind of queen bee syndrome. Maybe you wish to be a queen bee. Maybe there was someone in your school that were treated as a queen bee. They will ask a lot of people to do something for them without doing something in return. It's like people serve them and then they will just sit back and relax and do nothing. So you may wish to be treated like a queen bee, because you know you would like to feel how it is like to be a queen bee. All right, so the popular kids in your school, maybe you are the popular kids, maybe you wish to be a popular kids, and but then I feel like, you know, you want to have friends in your school, but then it feels like you were quite alone, like you feel that you are quite alone, and especially maybe you spend a lot of time working on your project and working on your homework, your assignment, and or maybe when it comes to doing assignment, to have a group presentation, you had a little bit of difficulties finding someone to work with you, because you see others as queen bee. Okay, something, just stop. My camera just stopped. I press it again. Okay, so you wish that you are invited to a lot of project assignments, but then you were not invited. You were not invited. So when it comes to project and things, you are always like the last one to be invited to a project. So I can see that you felt quite alone in your teenage year, maybe in your childhood. But at the same time, you feel like the animals understands you, or maybe you like nature, and when you felt alone, you will often went to the nature and you look at the insects, you look at butterflies. And I feel like the universe asks you to observe the process of the turning, breaking out from a cocoon to the butterfly. Caterpillar, like from a caterpillar to butterfly. So I feel like in your lifetime at least you will experience one big transformation for you. One big transformation. Yes, because you know why? Here is the caterpillar. It's ready to transform, experience something and then transform itself into a butterfly. And here it's a swan. The message is like the ugly duckling, So, the 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 swan when it was a kid, it appeared to be dark color and ugly, and no one want this person. But then when the swan grew up and it become very fair, and it becomes very elegant, and it is full of grace. It is full of grace, I would say. So I feel like you will at the end, you will get there. All right, you will transform yourself successfully, because the two cards indicate some kind of transformation. And if you are worried about the money issue, financial issue, I see that they may be a breakthrough, but it requires you to work. Three of Pentacles, it's about work, and you work very hard to on a different level. Okay, you have a job, you work very hard to give yourself the financial freedom. And then once you get the financial freedom, and maybe at the same time when you are working, you go to enroll for some kind of courses to gain some kind of qualifications for you to improve to gain some kind of knowledge, as well as social knowledge, how to work in society, and also how to gain some kind of experience. So you will have some kind of financial security, as well as the knowledge. So because of you have the knowledge of the world, and because of you have the financial freedom, you have the financial security. Finally, people will see you as someone who work hard to improve himself or herself. And because of the big transformation, and Nine of Pentacles is about indulging yourself, pamper yourself sometimes, to be able to support yourself financially, and in many areas of your life. I see that you will have a very comfortable home, and a comfortable place in society as well, in your workplace as well. And you will be seen as someone who is full of grace, who is very elegant, who is very knowledgeable about many different subjects, because of you, because you work hard for yourself. Yes, so I see that from, from the little girl who were very alone in a teenage year or maybe in a childhood, to someone who is very very successful financially, and also your own value. You elevate yourself uh, in your culture, cultural, I would say, cultural cultivation. You cultivate yourself on many different subjects, and I see that elevate yourself in terms of culture, in terms of knowledge, in terms of your gesture, how you move, how you handle certain social situation, as well as you improve a lot financially. So both outside and inside, you work hard to improve. And then you finally, work on yourself, and you will, you see through the what it means for you by beauty. You give a new definition of beauty. You finally see that, okay, the queen bee is not about, the outer beauty. It's not about using the outer beauty to gain advantage of others. Instead, the queen bee has her own responsibility. What kind of responsibility? In the bee's world, of course, the queen bee, it's about reproduction, right? But now, let's not just talk about reproduction. It serves as someone who, you know, is some kind of hope, like inspiration, like hope, like queen bee. It's not just about reproduction. It's not just about staying beautiful. It's not just about being beautiful, but you understand, the queen bee is also about giving hope to others, giving inspiration to others, and how to work with others as a team, how you manage a team, all right? How you manage a team, and at the same time not to use your own charisma to gain control, to have a power over others. But you rule your own kingdom by serving others. How do you serve others? By giving inspiration, by giving encouragement to others, by giving out your heart, by giving out some kind of caring words to inspire others to work for themselves, as well as work for the higher good of all, and also work for the universe as a whole. All right. So you finally experience certain kind of transformation. You understand certain things. So you change the definition of queen bee that you had when you were a teenager. All right. When you were a teenager, you did not have you have a certain understanding of a queen bee, but you have just some kind of superficial interpretation of the queen bee. But now, after some kind of transformation, if you have not experienced any kind of transformation yet, you will experience it for sure. Then, after certain kind of things that happen to you, you will give a whole new definition of a queen bee, the function of a queen bee, alright? It's also about give and take. Other people work for you, other people support you, and then when they need support, you are willing to give back to society. Maybe you give back to others who have served you before. So it's a really good card to have. So quite a transformation for you. Now let's look at the advice from the universe. Let's look at the advice card. I will just draw one card. One more card. Okay. I'll see a very quick process for you. You are learning quickly, or the universe wants you to learn that, okay? It is noticed by the universe that you are learning quickly. And maybe something, if you are experiencing some kind of like a hold, like something that hang in there, it stop moving, and you will experience some kind of very swift move soon. Maybe you are moving home, maybe you are moving to a next stage of your life, and certainly there will be a very quick change for you to experience. This is a very positive change for you, alright? So there's no need to worry about it. So take a leap of faith, and I feel like maybe around December, around Christmas time, you will experience this kind of quick change. There's a very quick process going on, process or progress, alright? It's very quick. Probably because of all the hard work that you have put on, okay, all the effort that you have put on in the previous years. So very positive for you. Group number 2. Now let's look at group number 3. Okay, let me change the cupcake. Okay, this one, group number 3. Group number 3. Okay, let's look at the message that the universe would like people who have chosen group number 3 to have. Okay, what kind of childhood issue, the childhood trauma that the people who have chosen group number 3 need to understand and need to work on? Okay, group number 3. Look at card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. Okay. The card asks you to not to limit yourself. I feel like maybe you are taught to limit yourself. Like maybe when you were a child, your parents told you not to do this, not to do that. And you were quite a good child, really, because you really listened to them. Okay, not to do that, yes, okay. And then the parents ask you not to do that, you say yes. And so you obey. You're very, very obedient. You're a very obedient child. And so, and then you somehow have this kind of limited pattern within you. And you kind of like, when you go out to society, you are not the one who are very rebellious. Maybe you dress conservatively, maybe you really follow the rules. You were not the one who always break the rules. Like maybe okay, there's some kind of a style of clothing that is being labeled as rebellious. You will not rebel. Or maybe you would like to get a tattoo, and you see that maybe your parents, maybe the older generation, tell you that okay, getting a tattoo is some kind of like a rebellious act. You stop getting the tattoo even though you wanted to. Or maybe piercing as well, all right? Maybe some of you would like to try something new, and then you just stop because you are the one who was being viewed as the obedient one. Maybe you have a dream that you would like to fulfill. Maybe you would like to go to outside, to overseas country to experience another kind of culture, but then because your parents told you not to, or maybe because the society asks you not to, maybe the people around you just put some kind of restriction, put some kind of framework for you to follow, and then you obediently follow that. All right, you follow a lot of things. So you stop following your dreams because of what your parents told you. You stop following your dream. And you know what, even though you have grown up, alright, maybe you have a dream. I see that this is like a kid version, a children version of Napoleon. Alright, maybe when you were a kid, you dream about being a king. Maybe you dream about being the boss. Maybe you dream about being someone who is great. Okay, like Napoleon. You dream about that. You dream about being big. You dream about being great. All right, in your life. But then, because of the limitation that the adults, the people that gave you, you obediently follow, and then you gave up your dream, and you felt like you could not be someone who is great. You need to follow your dream here. You need to follow some kind of ideal, even though this ideal is so great that to you maybe, or to others maybe, it is impossible to fulfill. But when you have not even tried to fulfill your dream, you will have a lot of regrets, and you will look at yourself as a failure. So no matter what, you need to first fulfill your dream before taking care of others. All right, this is from my own experience. I'm telling you from my own experience, as well as the card telling you. All right, this is not just because of me. I'm not speaking from my own experience solely. I'm speaking from the card, like. And just because someone told you that your dream is impossible to fulfill, maybe in reality it is not like that. Maybe the people who told you that you cannot fulfill your dream are the ones who sacrificed their dream in order to submit to their parents, to the rules that the parents, the last generation, set for them. So even though it is the ideal, you need to work on your dream. Alright? Once you fulfill your dream, you have a lot of, you will live with no regrets. Alright? it is very sad that to know that you live a life with regrets. Alright, so you try to be someone who is very great, who have a say in your life. Try to be someone who is great and who has a say in your life. Alright, not to limit yourself. It's time to not limit yourself, to fulfill your childhood dream. Alright? Okay. Yes. Maybe Eight of Pentacles. Maybe some of you need to go back to school to study. Maybe some of you need to go back to school to study and to fulfill the dream. Alright? To get promoted, maybe you need some kind of qualifications. So work on it. Alright? Work on it. Even though from the very, from the step one, even though you need to destroy something that you have and start over again, to go back to square one, to go back to step one, even though it takes a long time for you to fulfill your dream, to study, to complete your degree, maybe to get some kind of qualification. It takes a long time. You need to do that, even though it takes a long time. It is worth it. Okay? And then, this card asks you not to limit yourself. After fulfilling your dream, you will have a very, very good emotional freedom. Like this is like the celebration of your own emotions, of your own success. So, I see that it's very good for you to fulfill your dream. And also you can go to the seaside or celebrate with others. Maybe you don't have reasons to celebrate. Or maybe the card asks you to be near those who are great, who have fulfilled their dream, so that you will learn something. Learn from others who have fulfilled their dream. And then, those people who have fulfilled their dream, they will try to support you because they have arrived. And those are very powerful people. When the people who have fulfilled their dream, they are more willing to help you to fulfill your dream because they have arrived. They have completed the certain task in their life. They are very free, emotionally. They are very satisfied in their own life, not just in the financial sector, in the emotional area of their life as well. So go to those who have fulfilled their dream and then see how they have done it, how they did it. Alright, you will have a lot of knowledge to gain from those who have fulfilled their dream. And also celebrate every little success that you have. Even though it's a little bit of success, you need to celebrate. Okay, let's see the advice. Alright, say, yeah. I see that, you listen to others. And then, because of others, you sacrifice a lot of yourself. You let others take out a little piece of you. Because of your listening to others and because of the others' opinions matter to you, you listen to them. You let others eat. You let others destroy you. I'm sorry to say that, but then the card indicates that you let others destroy you. And those people who do not support your dream are the ones who are envious of you. Alright, so stop that. Even though you need to leave those friendships, you need to leave those people. you need to make a decision, because they are saying some words to put you down. Okay, they are not willing to see you to fulfill your dream because of the selfish reasons that they have. Maybe there are a lot of nagging, and then you let yourself sacrifice yourself. You give a little bit of pieces of yourself to them. Okay, they ask you not to do that. Okay, you give out a piece of you to them because you listen to them, and then you are being eaten. Like, little by little, you are not yourself. So find yourself. Find yourself. You are not yourself right now. You are being destroyed because you're not following your dream. You are not following what you want to do. You listen to others. Alright, so the card asks you to give up some kind of friendship. When people stop you from doing something, they are just envy. They are just envious. Probably they do not want. Probably when they were young, they have not done it. They have not fulfilled their own dream. Therefore, they do not want you to fulfill your own dream. Because by seeing you fulfilling your own dream, that reminds of them of their own failure, of not pursuing their own dream. Alright? So they are worried about that. Because of seeing you succeeding, it reminds of them how a failure they were when they were younger, when they were in their younger year. They still have time. Now they may not have time to fulfill their dream. Alright, so stop the voices of others and listen to yourself. Okay, you know who to turn to when you need support. To turn to those who have already fulfilled their own dream. Alright? Those who have not fulfilled their own dream are less likely to support you. Alright? This is the strong message for you. Okay, I feel like all are very positive message for you, and I hope that you enjoy the reading. Even though I do not update as often as I used to, I will still try to do it whenever I find time. So, happy Sunday to you. See you next time. See you in the next video. Bye bye.